Hello and welcome to a time special presentation where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. The ever-shifting dynamics of war have shaped the course of history, whether it is the strategies of Rama from the epics or the high-stakes world of modern warfare. Unlike the battlegrounds of the epics, the battlefields of today aren't defined by soldiers and swords, but by technology and the power of artificial intelligence. But the wisdom of Velluvar's couplet echoes through the ages. He believes that an army's strength lies not just in its physical might, but in the harmony of its integral parts. Let's find out how.
Wars have always been about strategies. Kamba Ramayanam details the intricate war strategies adopted by Rama. Ravana's army had 1,000 units. He deployed 200 each on the 4 grand gates of his fortress. And the remaining 200 were deployed for supply of food and communication. Whereas Rama's Vanara Sena had only 70 units. He deployed 17 units, each at the 4 main gates of the fort, and just 2 teams as support staff. The small number of support staff was sufficient, as the Vanaras do not need cooked food, cooks, and groceries. In modern warfare, there is a term for this: tooth-to-tail ratio. The lower this ratio, the chance is better for a troop to move swiftly and act quickly. Interesting to note that Rama was a great war strategist. As times advanced, the ratio was moving up across all battles across the world. The Mughals struggled in their wars with Marathas under Chhatrapati Shivaji, as the tail was much larger than the teeth. The Western armies maintained a high tooth-to-tail ratio during World Wars, with as many as 10 support personnel per combat soldier. In the current Ukraine war, things are changing drastically. Less combat soldiers, more support staff. The increasing support staff are not baggage carriers, cooks and doctors, but technologists and digital whiz kids. This is the first war in the history of humanity fully aided by technology. Are you still visualizing soldiers using binoculars and maps? Forget it. Everything in this war is transparent, thanks to sensors on the satellites and thousands of drones. Fuzzy algorithms aided by artificial intelligence work on the data provided by the sensors and trace everything from the outline of a hidden submarine to the signal in the mobile phone of a Russian general. Hence, the real battle is not about destroying the enemies, but more about deceiving the sensors and disrupting the data through cyber attacks. Troops must build war strategies on 3 principles: deceive, divert, mislead. War preparations by future nations will not be so much on men, material and their movement, but about deceptions and deploying pilotless planes and crewless tanks. Another game changer was Ukraine's strategy to get civilians involved in the battle. 2 days into the battle, Ukraine asked its tech-savvy civilians to launch cyber attacks on Russian supply chains. A defining moment in the war was at Hostomel, a place in Ukraine where a Russian aircraft was felled. It was probably done by an individual with a phone, a drone, and a missile. Hence, for the nations that want to go to war in future, if at all we are all alive by then, the lesson is technology is the most significant component of any army of the future. Velluvar has written copiously about wars and strategies. What does he have to say about this? I came across this interesting couplet. Uruppamaindhu, Ooru Anjaa Velpadai Vendhan, Verukkayul ellam Thalai. A conquering army, complete with paths that fear no wound. It's a treasure for any king. In this couplet, Valluvar emphasizes that an army must be complete with its integral parts. Interesting, because he has not named the critical elements of an army. He could have mentioned the four arms, which is the Chaturanga, infantry, cavalry, chariots and elephants. But he carefully desisted from listing the elements of any army. A question often asked is about the relevance of Thirukkural even today. I think it's relevant because of Valluvar's choice of generality over specificity. That's what has made him non-obsolete across 2 millennia. He often uses the term tool, karuvi, but never mentions the name of any equipment. You can fit in anything under this term, from a plow to a chip, from a sword to a satellite launch vehicle. Similarly, in the above couplet, he does not mention any specific army element. We can fit in the use of digital wizardry as an element of army, and it fits in perfectly even in the Ukraine war. War strategies and army structures keep on changing, but one aspect is constant and has never changed for centuries. The blood of innocent civilians pays the cost of any war.